Hi, I'm Mac McCarthy, and I help people with their breakups. And today I have another breakup story to share. And if you have a breakup story you want to share, visit WriteMac, WriteMac.com, and send your story, and you could get a take just like this. If you have some comments to make down below to help this individual out, please feel free. If you like this video, throw me a like. If you want to subscribe, subscribe. If you want to hit that bell to get every bell rung every time a video comes in, then go ahead and do it. We also have live streams on the channel where you can join in an open chat about your breakup and what's going on. Those have been going really well. So let's get right into the story. Around 18, I used to feel extremely lonely. I would look for friends, relationships to basically fill the void in my heart. Okay? You know, there's times in life that everyone feels a little bit lonely. They come and go, and you got to deal with them sometimes. One day I stumbled across a person who became a very good friend. Over time, we got really, really close and developed feelings for each other. It got to the point where we both wanted to marry, but over time, I could feel her doubting us. One of the reasons was due to me being from another caste, tribe, or family, and her family wouldn't allow it. Okay, so right here, if this is an issue up front, it's probably not going away. Most people will not choose a partner over their family. If they choose a partner over their family, it's a huge sacrifice, and they could regret it later on and hold you accountable for that. It's not fair. It's not really right. It happens. So what happens is they have to make a decision between you and their family. They're going to get more and more distant. If they choose you over their family, it's still going to stifle the relationship at some point. So when that happens, I'm not sure you can overcome that. The individual has to be upfront with their family. You have to have a sit down with the family and work it out. And figure out exactly what's going on. And sometimes you got to agree to disagree and move forward. The other reason was due to it being long distance, and our family would think, what the hell, okay? Or what the fuck. So she didn't end it because she didn't want to be alone. That's not a good reason to not end something, is to not want to be alone. I could pursued even more because I didn't want to lose her. Okay, you didn't want to lose her, but you're in a long-distance relationship that's not ideal. Long-distance relationships by themselves are not ideal. Adding this pressure of a family situation is not good either, and it's probably one of those situations where if you couldn't overcome those two things, the relationship was never going to go much further. But as the months rolled by, the pain got too much to handle, so one day I asked her if she wants to end it. She decided to end it. So you gave her the choice to end it rather than you end it yourself. Interesting. The whole time frame from meeting her to leaving her was 3 years, and I was 21 when it finally ended. After that came my depression. Because I'm an only child, I've always looked to others for support, and I didn't know how to deal with this. I resorted to self-harming because I felt it was a good way to deal with the pain. Well, in that case, you need to seek professional help, and you need to seek a counselor, a psychiatrist, and see them regularly, because that's not a good way to deal with things. You know that. I constantly yearned for her when she left. She said to me, one day I'll come back and we'll continue things properly. Well, ever since then, I've been holding on to that, and it destroyed any prospect of a healthy future relationship. Well, right now, writing this story out, where you stand now, you're realizing what's true and what's not true, what's realistic and what's not realistic, and that's okay. Don't be bitter or upset with yourself. Right now, you're in the present, and you're going, now you can change that. Now you can pivot. Now you can go, you know what? This relationship might not be coming back. I need to look at my life in a different way. Fast forward to university, I'm still carrying this pain. In my first year, I barely made any friends because this whole situation knocked my confidence. I'm going to be honest and upfront with you. Stop using this situation as an excuse. It's an individual situation. You're layering it with other things. Meeting new people means putting yourself out there. It has nothing to do with your breakup, okay? And you need to step up, take some chances, go walk up to people, be a part of clubs, be a part of sports clubs, whatever you're interested in. You're in university, and that's a privilege in itself. And you should be proud of yourself. But in my second year, I said to myself, I'm going to force myself to make new friends and deal with this properly. Right on, man. What happens is you get to a point where you get fed up of feeling sorry for yourself, and you go, you know what, I'm going on offense. And that's what you did. I'm now 22, and the second year has arrived. I decided to attend an event held by a society, and from there I met my best friend. We had an amazing friendship. We clicked with each other and found counsel when needed. Outstanding. I shared my story with her, and she helped me so much to heal. 2 years of friendship, and I started to develop some kind of feelings for her. Well, this seems to be something that's happened before, where you start out friends and then you develop feelings for someone. And that can work in two different directions. You know that. So I told her things went slowly there, and she started to develop feelings for me. Okay, great. To the point where she wanted to consider marriage. Wow. But due to me not healing from the past, I was always hesitant when it came to going to the next level. I really, really cared for my best friend, and I knew she would make an excellent wife, but what my past said to me about her coming back really messed things up in terms of moving on with my best friend. Okay, you keep associating her being your best friend, but you're going from best friend to wife pretty quick. Is there some reason you guys couldn't have a relationship prior to being husband and wife? Secondly, we are a slave to our past experiences unless we can say to ourselves, that was the past, this is the present. The same thing doesn't necessarily have to happen. And the idea that you're scared of the same thing happening again is you not being open to the possibility that the same thing might not happen again, and you actually have some control over the relationship, and this is a different individual than who you dealt with in the past at a different time in your life. So fast forward to September of last year, my past came back into the picture. And wanted to express how sorry she was. I didn't tell my best friend about this. She said she knew my pain and wanted to try things again and work for marriage. At first, I was like, no, I found someone else and you need to back off. But I felt so emotionally ripped apart, so I gave in to my past and went to her. Okay, right there, you made a choice, and you made a choice out of emotion, and you had to stick to it. You had to make a choice between the two of who you were talking to. I mean, hindsight, it looks like the person that you were in the present moment with would have been the better choice, but let's see what happens. What's really bad is that in my past and my best friend both were talking to each other. She sent all of the screenshots of our conversation to my best friend. Well, you don't need to know what happened there. My best friend got immensely hurt, basically walked out. I've never had someone referred to who they're talking to as their best friend so often. This is interesting. I thought that since she has gone, this is my chance with my past girl, I'm assuming my past friend, but at the end of the day, she also walked out. I know it's my fault, and I've come to realize how foolish I was. Well, hindsight is 20/20. We're all geniuses looking back. I had someone very good in front of me, and I took her for granted because I wasn't strong enough to deal with my past properly, which affected my current friendship and a relationship with my best friend. Okay, referring to the person over and over again as your best friend, and then the idea that you guys could take it a step further is a little confusing. This happened in October. She went into no contact. I didn't really process the pain of what happened because a few weeks later I went on vacation for a month. When I came back in December, that's when it really hit me. I broke no contact, asked her to meet me. We met in a coffee shop. She said no. She wasn't interested. I gave her a letter explaining everything. 2 days later, on my birthday, she rang me and basically said she needs space and wants to be alone. Okay, she's told you more than once she's not interested in pursuing this, so you do need to leave her alone and accept that. She said that she forgives me. A month goes by and we're in no contact because we go to the same uni. Seeing her made my feelings go crazy. I texted her for reconciliation. At first she was like, no, not interested. Then she would say things like, I miss our friendship. I see you've changed and want to place my hope into that. Okay. We texted back and forth and I pursued her too much at this point. Well, you're overcompensating, and the fact that you contacted her again and she reached out, she's a little unsure about things. And if this is gonna work, it's gonna have to work slowly, and it's gonna have to work one step at a time. You're not gonna get back to being quote unquote best friends or even into marriage talks anytime soon. Last month she wanted to meet up for closure. I think that's already happened, and it didn't feel like it was closure talk at all. We had our chat, and she was basically telling me how to move on, and she sees no future with me. Okay, this is the second or third time she's done something similar to this. It's time for you to move on. Since then, I haven't contacted her, nor will I contact her. Good. I just feel like a total idiot for what happened. Again, we're all geniuses in our past, right? We could reshape things. I beat myself up letting my past back into the picture and fucking things up. Of course, the blame lies on me, and I take full responsibility for what occurred, but I wish I was strong enough to let my past go when I needed to. Bottom line is, you need to learn from this. You need to let this woman go. You need to enjoy being in university. You need to enjoy the fact that you're young and you're learning something. This happened, and you can't change it, okay? It wasn't that bad a situation, all right? It's been 7 months now since it all happened, and I feel like I've lost my best friend totally. Let's reframe this. The first best friend, at the time you lost that one, you thought you'd never meet someone like that again, and you did, which is this one that you're sad over or depressed over, but you were able to meet someone else. Why couldn't you meet someone else again, and then with the lessons you've learned, be a better man and a better person, okay? 2 weeks ago, she messaged me for a favor. I was very cold with her because I wanted to protect myself. After a few days, I realized I couldn't help her, and I told her I can't. She said she understands, and now she's disappeared. Well, that's cut and dry, and that's you being honest, and that's just fine. I felt she toyed with my emotions, to be honest. Well, unless I knew exactly what favor she asked for, then I can't really speak on it. Although I do feel like a totally different person to who I was, I do miss her incredibly, and that's natural, because you don't have someone to fill the void. What are your thoughts on this? Do you think it's done deal, and should I finally let her go? I do think that you absolutely should let the situation go. You should let go of the idea that you did something completely wrong. You should forgive yourself, first and foremost, and wish her good luck. Be thankful for the kind of friend that she was to you, and the fact that you were there for each other. And maybe it wasn't a mistake. Maybe it was timing and circumstances, and you were in a situation where you were unsure of things. You made a decision. It didn't work in your favor, but you didn't do something horribly, horribly bad here, which is the way you're treating yourself, okay? You had someone come up from your past. You pursued it. You guys weren't married yet, this new best friend. You didn't necessarily cheat on her. You made a choice. It didn't work out for you. Now move forward. I just feel so totally confused. Any help would be appreciated. I'm 26 and she's 23. Stay in no contact. If you guys come in contact in the future and you want to hang out or go out and she's willing, then go out and hang out. But if you don't, if she's not interested, which she's told you multiple times, I would move forward. And I would stay in no contact, and I would have confidence in the idea that you can meet someone else. You can meet someone new, and you've done it before. So I hope that helps you. Please visit writemac.com if you've got a breakup story you'd want to share, or if you'd like to book a live coaching session and take this a step further. Thank you for supporting the channel.